Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Ms. Nur Kamruzita and fellow friends. My name is Nur Husna and I'm going to start this presentation with our project title, which is Production of Ethylene via Steam Cracking, and then followed by the name of our company, PVPQ Sendirian Berhad. So this team consists of 5 members, which are Kasrina Shazwani, Shahira, me Nur Husna, Nur Farhana, and Ahmad Furqan. In these slides, we're going to talk about task 2, site selection. We're going to show you what is site selection, why site selection is important in this project, and what are the factors of site selection. So the first one is the introduction. Site selection is the process of examining multiple locations and assess their advantages and disadvantages for new facility, which is in this case is the chemical plant. The location of any industrial plant has a strong influence on the success of the project. Site selection is very important to company or to project proposal because by doing the right selection, minimum cost of production and distribution can be obtained. Also, room for expansion to facilitate business growth and safe living conditions for plant operators, for example, can be found, and this will lead or contribute positively to a prolonged period of time. Next is one of the most important part that needs to be included in the selection of chemical site, which is the nature of the production process. Okay, so the production of ethylene via steam cracking is a big scale production or a big scale plant because it involves many huge process equipments. For example, it also needs dependable source of supply, for example, labor supply, water supply, or raw material supply in order for the plant to keep running. It also consumes huge amount of water in order for the process to be done. For example, the water is used as steam or is used for quenching and so on. Okay, and this process is also an exothermic reaction. So these natures need to be in our thought when we considering a plant location. So we have decided to narrow down the factors to 4 main characters that the other members will explain in detail later, which are the first one is raw materials availability, second is energy availability, third water supply, and lastly the markets of the location.
I will be justifying the raw material availability for our chosen location, which is Pengerang, Johor. So first of all, the production of ethylene via steam cracking process uses natural gas as the raw material. In fact, natural gas is abundant in Malaysia, with deposits having been discovered in all 3 regions comprising Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak. So our company have decided to choose Pengerang Johor as our location for the plant build-up. And the reason behind this choice is because of the raw material availability. First of all, there are liquefied natural gas (LNG) gasification terminals (RGT). And this terminal is important because it allows LNG from global sources to be brought into Peninsular Malaysia, which can then be sold to domestic consumers like our company. So other than that, we chose this location because it has low cost of transportation for raw materials via the NGDS distribution pipelines. So NGDS stands for the Natural Gas Distribution System, which is already existing in Pengerang, Johor. So here is the distance of RGT from the plant. The terminal is on the left point, and on the right point is our location for the plant build-up. The distance is only 3 kilometers, which allows our company to cut costs on the construction of the pipelines. First, the gas supplier, our gas supplier, which is Petronas and Gas Berhad, will ship the raw material natural gas to their gas facilities. which is also known as the regasification terminal and then it will be shipped via pipeline through consumers, which is us, the company.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I will talk about the next factor, which is the water supply. So this is the figure 2, shows the distance of water availability to our production plant, which is only 0.39 kilometer away. Actually, this is give us a very advantageous, as we do not need to spending more money in terms of transporting the material. Next, there is a table shows the price of water rate in a particular state. From the data below, the minimum charge of water supply in Johor is lower compared to the Terengganu, but Terengganu provide lower rates for the supply of water at the cost per cubic meter for a large consumption. Therefore, in Kerteh Terengganu, it is the best choice as the water price is the lowest among the other states. However, we still choose Pengarang Johor to build our plant due to other site selection factor.
So I will continue this presentation with other factor of site selection, which is energy availability. Okay, as we know, energy availability is one of the important factor for site selection. This is because energy availability can affect the overall process of production in any plant. Some of the companies consider it as a primary factor, but some consider it as a secondary factor. Actually, energy availability depends on what are the process involved in the plant. If the plant needs low energy, so they can consider it as a minor factor. But if the plant needs high energy, so they need to consider energy availability as a major factor. Okay, next. There are many examples of energy such as power, coal, natural gas, electricity, steam, and fuel oil. Okay. So for our plant, which is ethylene production via steam cracking, energy such as power, natural gas, and electricity, and also steam are needed and very important to operate this plant since our raw material is natural gas, and steam, we use it as a feed in the steam cracker furnace unit. As we can see, in most process plants, there is a power side to the ethylene plant. So for our site plant, we are use there is a power plant nearby this site, which is at Pengerang, Johor. Then, moreover, the cracking reaction is highly endothermic. So, high energy rates are needed to operate this reaction. Since our chosen site plant is at Pengerang, Johor, there is also energy, which is electricity, by TNB, SD, and BHD as our sources of utilities at the site plant. So lastly, in conclusion, because of this factor, which is energy availability, we are choosing Pengerang, Johor as our site location.
So in this video, I will explain about markets, which is the next factor, one of the factor of site selection. So actually we plan to pick or choose ethylene because we see that ethylene is one of the uh, most high demand products in world. So the next part is the final product. So actually in final product from ethylene, there are four types, which is the most common product that we use, which is polyethylene, ethylene glycol, ethylene dichloride, and styrene. So polyethylene, they can produce plastic, which is very useful in many home residents. So we see that polyethylene is one of the high demand byproduct that most people use in the world. So the next part is ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol can be produced for detergents, which is the one of the chemicals that contains in the detergents. So actually detergents, as we see in our world, detergent is the most demanding products that we can use to wash our clothes, cleaning our bathroom, and so on. So detergents are very good in ethylene glycol is very good in that contains in detergents. So the next part is ethylene dichloride. So ethylene dichloride, the most common product that contains um, of ethylene dichloride, which is PVC pipes, medical device, and clothing. So, in the context of market, we see that PVC pipes and medical device and also clothing is very common that use in the most of the people. So, ethylene dichloride is I think that the markets of ethylene dichloride is very high for the buyers and also the consumers to produce these products. The last part is styrene. Styrene, from styrene, we can produce very common product that being used in automotive, which is tires, and also foam insulation. Foam insulation is one of the product that being used in insulation process. So I think this is very the market for ethylene product is very good in Pengerang, especially because there are many factory and company that produce many type of byproduct from ethylene. So that's all for me. Thank you.